Hello YouTube, it is me, Raina, and I am back. So there you have it. It's the last special of the anniversary years. And not only do I want to give my thoughts on the whole anniversary specials as a whole, all three of them, and how I feel about them, but also just this episode. To first off this episode, I'm kind of two ways about it. I liked the beginning part of it. I liked different parts of it. Like Neil Patrick Harris, I think, was a great toy maker, celestial toy maker. He was a great villain. I like the mind twisty stuff he did with the Doctor and Donna. I liked Unit in the story. I always love when Kate Leffler Stewart comes in. I love Unit, and I love seeing Mel, even though I've never seen any episodes with Mel in it. I know she's a classic companion, so I like seeing her coming back and seeing the past keep coming back. I love that. And I loved when Shooty came in, because I've been looking forward to him for this so long. Ever since it was announced last year, I've been really, really gunning for it. And the moment he appeared, it felt like he's been here the whole entire time. I knew he would have that energy coming into the show, and I love it. Every single moment with him, I'm like, yes, Shooty just coming in here, owning the place as he should, because he is the Doctor. I love him. Can't wait for Christmas. Can't wait for, I guess, season 1, so I can't wait for that. I am on board on that wholeheartedly. I love it. Now, maybe here's some negatives. Look, I understand people love David Tennant. Trust me, I do too. I've seen him in other roles, Jessica Jones, Broadchurch, Harry Potter, I guess you could say. And he's a great actor, and I really did enjoy his Doctor. Even though I have my qualms with 10th Doctor, you can't deny that David Tennant is a great actor, and I feel like he, once again, came back to the show like he never left with the 10th Doctor. But I cannot ignore, to me, the favoritism towards his Doctor versus others. I mean, even within the first Russell T. Davies era, you had a version like the Hand Doctor got to go off with Rose in the other universe and be human and grow old with her. And now it seems like with this one, even though I'm assuming this one stayed a Time Lord, is still a Time Lord, can still regenerate, but now it's staying with Donna. I get the sentiment. Trust me, I do. I understand that wholeheartedly. But it still just feels like, oh, well, this version of the 10th Doctor gets to stay home and do whatever and gets to have like the nice ending and gets to have all this stuff. And it still, in a way, puts the 10th version, or at least that particular face of the Doctor, on a higher pedestal than the other ones. My thing is with the show is like, I love change. I love that it changes companions. I love that it changes monsters. And I, for one, love that it changes the Doctor. I love that we get these new actors coming into this role, or even actors they do know, coming to this role and making it their own. And it's different, it's exciting. That's why I'm excited for Shooty. But just to keep harboring on like David Tennant is right there, even though I feel with how the end of this episode was swinging towards like, okay, clearly there's going to be a reboot, because we all know that once Shooty's Doctor Who premieres on Disney Plus, that's going to be called Season 1. And it's clear that, within the narrative of the episode, that RTD is closing the book on like the first 13, and these are not 13. How many seasons has it been? 12? I forget. I'm sorry. It's been a long time. So he's going to close the book on this. This is the last chapter of quote unquote New Who. And starting with Shooty, we're going to, once again, just like they did with the classic series, going to start a new version of the show for new people to come on and watch it, which I'm like, okay. And this does make it better, because I was spoiled by this like everybody else. And reading the bullet points, I was kind of getting angry and being like, oh, they're going to do a spin-off show with David Tennant as the Doctor. And, we're never going to let go of that Doctor. Just that Doctor, no one else, because no one else matters apparently. But it seems like at least for now, that his doctor's going to take a break, be on Earth, and maybe travel here and there, but it wouldn't be a big adventure. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be dire like the Doctor usually gets into. So, at least that for now, I can calm down on that. But it still feels weird about like, oh, one's over here and one's over there, and people are still going to have that thing of, oh, I want him back, or I want him to stay here. I want the 10th Doctor. I want that. And it feels like you're kind of giving into a certain part of the fandom, and it doesn't feel fair to the rest of the show, because the Doctor doesn't just stop with David Tennant. The Doctor is infinite. It can be anybody, any gender, any race. And I just don't feel good about that part. The bi-generation thing, I can roll with that, considering what we learned about the Doctor in the recent Chibnall era. They're not really Gallifreyan. They came from another planet, so who knows what those beings could do. Okay, I wish there was more explanation, but I can kind of let it slide a little bit. But, the whole set, and then the two TARDISes, I just wish was more of a shooting moment of him having it all to himself. I mean, we're going to see that in the Christmas special, but, I just wish we could just move past the 10th Doctor, overall, whether he's 14, whatever, just that particular face of the Doctor. I just wish the fandom could move on, the show could move on, and just keep going, and just having these really good, fantastic actors coming in, different actors coming in and giving their take on this Doctor, and have many people fall in love with them and have them be their favorite. Because my personal favorite is Matt Smith. Somebody's personal favorite is Jodie Whittaker, Peter Capaldi, even Christopher Eccleston, even the classic Doctor. Some people love Pertwee, and people are going to love Ncuti. It's not just all about the 10th Doctor. And that's what's been irking me these past three specials. Yes, they did call back to classic stuff. I mean, literally we have the Celestial Toymaker. They called back to the Companions. Yes, we have Mel here. And really, the power of the Doctor felt more like a 60th anniversary special than these three specials did. Like I said, I like the sentiment. I understand why RTD went that route. It's been a through line even through Moffat's era and even Chibnall's era of the Doctor having a family, wanting to just slow down and do whatever. I like that sentiment, but, it just feels so like, oh, the 10th Doctor is above everything else. That's just how I personally feel. Overall, if this is what it takes to get us to Ncuti and have him have his time in the sun, him and Millie, then okay, fine, whatever. I just still feel that no Doctor should be above anybody. Everyone has their personal favorites. The show's been on forever, for 60 years, in fact. I understand that wholeheartedly. I just wish the show itself and fandom could just move on, remember their favorite time in the show, and revel in that and celebrate that whenever they want to, but then realize the show is still about change. So that's where I want to leave off. Sorry for rambling. Leave your comments down below, and bye, YouTube.